Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everything Iconic with me, Danny Pellegrino. Today, I have two of the New Jersey housewives. I'm so excited. Margaret Josephs, welcome back to Everything Iconic. It's so good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Danny. I'm so excited to be back.
And Dolores, we've never met before, but I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you doing?
You're so handsome, huh?
I know. Isn't he cute?
Cute, right, Marge? Look how cute.
Yes, I love him. And he was so excited to meet you.
I was very excited to meet you. You know, I'm an Italian guy. You know, I feel a connection to Jersey in a way that I don't feel at the other franchises.
Oh, I love to hear that, Marge. How cute.
I know.
Okay, you guys, this premiere, we're going to talk about the premiere a little bit. This premiere was so good. I was on the edge of my seat. The opening 5 minutes or so was truly some of the best television of all time. And then it came back around. I loved it. Margaret, starting with you, what was going through your head during that opening 5 minutes when Teresa and Jackie are sitting down together? What was going through your mind? It was at your house.
I know. I was at my house. I was under construction. I'm wearing sweatpants. I thought that, I was hoping things were going to get better. I was a nervous wreck. You could see that I was a nervous wreck. So I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. I'm like, they're big girls. Everybody could, make up. And I was nervous. Truthfully, I was nervous. And I was spying and nervous. I felt like I was in high school.
Could you hear all the chaos? I know we saw you sort of in the other room, but could you hear everything?
Loud. Yes. Very loud, very loud.
Okay, so what was your take on that conversation then between Teresa and Jackie? Did you feel like Jackie sort of went below the belt? What was your thoughts on it?
I thought initially it was going in a nice direction. I was like, it's so sweet. Jackie's saying, it's pleading her case. And then it turned left. And I was like, holy shit, it turned left. I heard where there's smoke, there's fire. And then I was like, and then I ran back to Lexi. I was like, she said, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I understood, I think where anybody talks about kids, it goes very rough, but I know she wasn't saying what she was saying. It's we're going to see where that goes, but I know she didn't mean that. I
sort of took it as her just blurting something out.
Yeah, it's like just showing that saying something hurtful, people could think it's true when it's not. She didn't mean it. It's not true. We all know that's not true. And Jackie knows it's not true.
Dolores, do you think this is a situation where you could choose sides, or do you think they're both sort of in the wrong? Where do you stand on this whole thing?
Well, I know Teresa very well, and I knew how this was going to go. This was, it was an emotional thing. It was a big thing that was said. Teresa didn't understand why she was upset. Teresa was wrong to say that.
Totally.
Wrong. And then Jackie said something that made her wrong. She could have stayed right for a long time through that argument. I could have thought of other things to say.
Other analogies.
There's a lot of other things that could have been said, not to escalate that. But I never had too much hope for that. Margaret had a lot of hope. Her and I
had a lot of hope.
That happened. And I've known Teresa for a long time. And I've sat with Jackie in the past on how I think she should communicate differently with Teresa. And that went nowhere. So I knew the end result, the end to this play was only going one way.
Right. Now, this season's different. You guys obviously filmed it during COVID. I believe maybe filming had just barely started and then everything kind of got shut down for a little while. How was it different working this season versus some of the other seasons?
It was different.
Go ahead, Dolores.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, we had a protocol. We had strict guidelines to follow. There was no room for error because if somebody got sick listen, you can get sick even if you're careful. This is something that can happen. But if you got sick from being careless, then a lot of people were out of a job for a few weeks. And then the whole momentum of the show was being interrupted. And on top of that, there was a lot of raw emotion. It was a hard time in this world for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
I was just going to say in the trailer, it seems like there's all of these there's a lot of relationship drama amongst every one of the couples. And that to me was sort of the most relatable thing, because so many of us, when we were locked down early on, were stuck with this person. A lot of heightened emotions.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of heightened emotions with couples. I think a lot of things come to the surface. I think during a pandemic, you realize what's important in life. And I think that's what comes out. I think it's a lot of therapeutic situations, and it's natural emotions that came out in everybody. And it was raw. I do like to say this from the other franchises, not saying from the other franchises, but we're very raw and we're very real, and we cut to the chase,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And our men are around, you know, David, everybody has their feeling, and they're not afraid to speak up either.
No, we have a nice male cast that goes along with us. It's like a perk.
Right.
Yes.
I know some casts the men work on, you know, like I think Jersey, it works to have the guys around. And then some of the other ones, it's like, I don't want to see the guys, but Jersey, it works.
Yeah, they're great. And we're all very close. At the end of the day, we might argue, but we actually all do love each other. Most of us.
Right.
No matter what happens, I've seen these girls on their worst and their best days, and I will take them. I always say at the end of the day, I will sit on that couch with them more than anybody else, because we all have the same heart.
Yes.
We have disagreements, but we have the same heart.
I agree.
I mean, you guys have the same heart, but previously we did have Danielle on the show, and it seemed like both of you had some trouble with Danielle, and now she's gone. How do you feel with that situation?
Well, it's normal to have some friction with her. It's normal. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Mark?
I mean, you know, maybe she has a heart. It's just black. but, no, I don't want to say that. To be honest, I was very close with her at one point, and she, you know what? I don't think she's a bad person. I think reality TV is not for everybody. And the people who are there now belong there.
Margaret, I'm so interested how you were able to get over your relationship with Teresa after last season, finding out that she was sort of the one who, I guess, sort of orchestrated the hair pull. How were you able to get past that?
You know, I have a bit, you know, forgiveness is about yourself, not always about the other person. To move on, harboring resentments doesn't do any good for anybody, and especially, you know, yourself. The other thing is, I know Teresa, she's thinking it was going to be like a schoolgirl thing. She doesn't think the woman's going to drag me across the floor. She's thinking, you know, Danielle's going to come behind me and do like a little hair pull. She doesn't think from like this point to like, you know, 5 minutes later, what could really happen. She doesn't think out the whole scenario when she says something. So she was so genuinely sorry, and her face, I even said to her, were you sorry that you got caught, or were you sorry that happened? Every time she sees me, she brings it up. Literally, even to now, she's like, you know, when I think about that, you know, she doesn't think from point A to point B. She really had remorse, and I felt it, and I know what was in her heart. Listen, she wouldn't go do that. She wouldn't do that again. She wouldn't orchestrate a violent act like that again. No, you know, say something else crazy. That's a whole other story.
Well, you know, there's some throwaway friends, right, Marge? And there's some that you forgive and move on with.
Yeah, and she's not a throwaway.
She's not a disposable.
No.
Do you guys watch the other franchises? Dolores, do you watch any other Housewives?
Yeah, Marge and I were watching Dallas together the other day.
What do you think of Dallas? What do you think of what's going on over there right now?
We had some fun with that, right, Marge?
I enjoyed it. We watched it. I like this Tiffany Moon. She stirs up. She's funny. She's very funny, and I enjoy her. I think they're being a little hard on Deandra. I don't like Carrie Brittingham. I don't like what she's doing to Deandra. I'm being my honest self. We didn't like the way Carrie was treating.
We didn't like the way that, and no one was sticking up for her. Like, she was trying to have do something nice for someone. They made fun of her the whole time. It made her feel awkward. You know, that's not nice.
Right.
What do you think?
You know, I feel similarly. Carrie's coming in hot with Deandra, and I never even liked Deandra, but now this season, we change on a dime, right? Like every 5 minutes, I feel differently about someone.
Well, it's a different situation.
Yeah.
I don't like that nonsense. Like, Deandra needs someone to stand up for her. I was like, does someone stand up for this girl? Like, if Dolores and I were there, we'd be telling Carrie, sit down.
Knock it off a little bit.
Yeah, you might look good in a bathing suit, but that means shit.
Wait a second, March, but we sometimes don't need somebody to step in because it goes
It's
from
true.
there to 60 in about 3
You guys are just tougher. The Jersey gals are just tougher.
We're just
Yes,
tougher.
yes.
So
Right.
our friends don't get to jump in because we've already taken care of the situation.
It's true. It's true.
Dolores, I'm so curious about your life sort of pre-Housewives, because you were a corrections officer, correct? Am I?
I want.
So can you tell me a little bit about life pre-Housewives? I know we saw you in those early seasons kind of popping in a little bit, but.
Yeah, so life pre-Housewives is before I got married, I was a corrections officer. And then I got married and I had kids. And Frank said you could stay home. I was married to an attorney. He said you could stay home or you could go back to work. So I stayed home and I got my real estate license. But, life gets a little monotonous. And when the kids got a little older, every Thursday night, me, Dina Manzo, Caroline, Jacqueline, and Teresa Giudice would go to the meatpacking district and dress up like Sex in the City and walk around.
Which one were you? Who were you? The Carrie, Samantha, Charlotte?
I was the divorced one. So me and Dina were like about the same. And
They were the Samanthas.
They're the Samanthas.
I'm Samantha now, I think maybe. I don't know.
I love that.
But it was fun. Maybe Carrie, I don't know. But it was fun. It was fun. And it was innocent. And, life was just, and then all of a sudden the show came around.
So were there any talks of you joining in those early seasons since you were so close with all of them, or what happened there?
I was the original cast member and it wasn't the right time for me. And I decided not to do it. And Danielle took my place.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Crazy.
Isn't
And
that
now-
crazy?
That's crazy to think that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you were also such a fresh addition. Do you keep in touch with those other women who aren't on the show anymore?
I do. I speak to Caroline and Jacqueline and Ashley and the Manzo kids. Yeah.
So, okay, there was this rumor. I think Caroline had come out and said right before the season started, she had done that Super Bowl commercial with Teresa. And she had said that Bravo offered her a contract, but it wasn't the right money or something like that. And do either of you think we could see a Manzo return, either Caroline or Dina again?
Well, Dina lives in California now, so I don't think.
Yeah, but we could get her pop in, right? We could get her pop in for an episode. No.
Yeah, but it's boring then.
Wait, are you guys not good anymore?
Yeah, really. She's not my, no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What happened there? What happened?
Caroline, we just went our separate ways, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
So, some people like to move on from another life and leave what's behind them for a reason, I guess, whatever that reason is. Maybe they think you know too much about them, or maybe they're not who they say they are. Whatever the case is.
Oh my God. I need to know more. What do you know about her? What is she? Who is she really?
Who cares? So anyway, getting back to everything else. So Caroline, I still speak to her. And Jacqueline on like Instagram and things like that, but they live in Vegas now. So
Yeah. I always thought Jacqueline was a really good housewife. I know her last season fans didn't necessarily love her, but I always thought she was really good on the show.
she was.
Yeah.
She was good. Yeah.
And Caroline, I think there's still so many unanswered questions about the Manzo family drama with Dina and Caroline and everything. And so I would love to see Caroline return. I don't know.
That would be something else.
I would like to see her return because then I won't be the oldest one on the show.
No.
Margaret, I've heard you say that in interviews before, and it always
I
makes
say
me laugh.
that on the
I
interview.
love it.
No, I mean, and also she's smart.
Invited that. Yeah. No, Teresa said, bring her on. Bring her.
Yeah, I know. I want to see those two together. Now on this, it might be kind of a lot. On this season, we see you guys talking about Margaret. You say you got the bubbies done. Dolores,
No implant though, just a lift.
Oh, okay. Well, Dolores, you also open up about some of your stuff, and David had gotten upset with you that you had gotten the procedures done.
Oh yeah, the procedures.
How's he feel about it now?
Well, he had to get over it.
Yeah.
He just had to get past it, but he took it so bad. And it was like a fight that dragged on. So, stay tuned. A lot
She
came out.
looked hot naked before and she looks hot naked now. So I think that's what the issue is. He's like, you look so hot before, you didn't need it.
Well, Marge, you talked to him probably more than me. So I don't.
So are you and David, are you guys together now?
Yes, but stay
Okay.
tuned. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll get to learn a lot about our relationship more this year. And there's a lot about relationships. You were right when you said that, by the way.
So I'm curious with procedures, whether surgical or things like injectables and stuff like that. I'm very fascinated by all of that stuff, and I'm just curious. Like, is there one thing that you look back and think like, oh, that's the one that I'm so happy that I did, or that I feel sort of the best about? Because I often think the conversation around that stuff, it always goes negative, and I'm curious, like, what's a positive experience?
Well, I mean, that's a given. My facelift.
Oh,
I mean,
let me
come
tell
on. My jowls were. I mean, if I didn't do my facelift, I mean, I'd look like I've been picking potatoes for the last.
No,
20 years.
no, Mark.
No, you look great, but
No, but thank God I did my facelift.
You look amazing, Mark.
Yeah.
You look amazing, Dolores. I always say, she
okay,
finds
you
the surgeon.
both look stunning, like truly, like.
Knock on wood, I have no regrets. None. I
Right.
love everything I did.
Me too.
Right.
Dolores finds the surgeons, though, Danny. I want you to know that. Every
Yeah.
surgeon she's recommending me, I go to.
I know doctors. I dated a couple, and I'm a surgical assistant by trade. Also, I used to work with Dr. Aiden. And
Oh, you did? You worked with Dr. Aiden, like before Housewives?
yeah, I'm a surgical assistant.
Okay, so wait, did you know Jennifer then?
No,
Okay.
I just knew him. I would assist him in surgery. Like, I'd hand him his instrument.
What's going on with Jennifer this season? We see her in the
But she
trailer.
didn't go to him for surgery.
She
No.
didn't go to him.
I don't mix friend stuff.
Right.
I went to we both went to Dr. Mark Paralak and Dr. Joseph Michaels.
Yes.
Okay, what's going on with Jennifer? What's happening with her? Do we see her falling over in the trailer?
Oh,
She falls over.
stay
Is
tuned.
she drinking too much?
More than once. I mean, I don't know if it's too much for me because I don't drink. But I mean, you'll have to see that. We're not the we're not in high school.
Right. Margaret, I want to know about the book. Tell me about the book you got coming out.
Oh, Caviar Dreams, Tuna Fish Budget. I'm very happy with it. It's, people are going to I think they're going to love it. There's a lot of things in the book that people don't know about me that I don't reveal on the show. Things my own mother and husband didn't know about me. I said writing it was like a therapy session. It's inspirational. It's very emotional. There's life lessons. It helps. I think it's going to help women in business. It made me stronger. It was cathartic. I cried most of the time that I wrote it.
and when does it come out?
It will be out April 13th, but it's on pre-sale right now. So I would hope people run and buy it.
I'm going to as soon as I hang up.
Margaret, I already pre-ordered it.
Janet,
I'm reading it.
You're ahead of me.
Thank you. It's juicy. It's raw and it's good, and I go deep, which I think is important.
That's
Yeah.
the March.
That's what we want. Dolores, tell me about what we have to look forward to this season.
There's so much, Danny. There's so much raw emotion. Like I've seen fights and I've seen things happen in relationships amongst everybody that I didn't think we had it in us anymore. Like you didn't know where it came from because we went into this season with one less housewife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no international trips. And you can't travel. But we showed up. When I tell you we showed up, and we were very forthright about everything that's going on in our lives, in our personal lives, we are just raw and honest, and we all feel the same way. We owe it to the people that watch it to be real. Like I can speak for the rest of my cast.
Yes.
I was worried, you guys, because oftentimes when the cast is the same for too long, sometimes things could get stale. But I really thought it was like the best premiere that I can remember, maybe since the christening. I thought that christening episode, maybe like season 2 or 3. I think it was 3.
Danny.
So it was good.
And you're gonna see something that's gonna
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna say
Something that's going to remind me of the christening.
Yes, it's true. You're gonna something that's
you are so you're calling things out like that are like, oh my God, you're so smart.
But didn't you think I thought
I'm an
we're
expert.
gonna have a love fest this season? I was like, I haven't been physically with these girls. I'm gonna see them.
Yeah.
We're going to Evan's birthday party. I was so excited to like physically be back with everybody.
Me
And
too.
I thought it was gonna be so lovey-dovey. But I think it was just the emotion of everything. I was like, wow. I came home that night. I was like, this is so fucked up. What is with everybody?
It
We're
was
all
like a COVID
crazy.
roller coaster.
Right. Who do you guys hate now? Like who, what? You guys are getting along. Is there anyone in the cast like Dolores? Do you hate Melissa? Margaret? Do you hate Jennifer? Like, is there anyone you're not getting along with right now?
We're all very close. We have our moment, like family. So
Yes.
like family, like an Italian family. You kill each other, right? But then you move on from it, like Margaret did with Teresa, because we are truly like a family, but it's not a boring time. And it's not like, none of it's predictable. We couldn't even predict what this season was going to be. And the things that happened, it really, we were even shocked. Like Margaret said, we were shocked.
Yes. Listen, we're always going to talk shit. Right? We're always going to talk shit about each other. If one of the other girls does something stupid on Instagram, I'm going to call Dolores. Well, it's just, that's the way we are, right? Juicy, that's what we do.
Juicy Joe's Instagram is a wild ride. What's going on with those?
I'll give him credit. Juicy Joe happens to look good, though. Juicy Joe.
He looks good. Yeah.
Teresa's catching up, though, Marge. Teresa's catching up with the latest posts.
And Teresa, Teresa's having a love fest.
Yeah, it's like a
I have some questions.
Doesn't post those posts about me.
I mean, come on. Look at the face.
Wait, Margaret, how are you? How's your relationship going? What can you tell me about that?
Joe
you guys good?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're great. He was out snow blowing. Joe and I, in general, spend a lot of time together. Thank God he worked on the house, or he would have been buried in the backyard. But yes, we're always great. We have a very intimate, close relationship. He gets me. So I think we're good. I mean, we both had COVID together. I was a nervous wreck. I was like, is the insurance paid? Only kidding. But I was like, we're an amazing couple. I mean, I hate to use that word soulmate. Like I always say, my ex-husband, who I love, who I write about a lot in my book dearly, we were an amazing family. Joe and I are an amazing couple.
You guys, I have some questions. Questions from the Everything Iconic Patreon. So Kate Olson asked, are Margaret and Joe still friends with Marty?
No. It's not like we're enemies, but we don't talk to him. We're not still friends with him now.
Right.
That's a good question, though. I'm impressed. That's a good one.
They write in good ones.
I never even asked that.
Yeah. Ariana Chapin wants to know, Dolores, if you were on any other franchise, where could you see yourself?
I have to say, I see myself nowhere else but Jersey.
Yeah, I can't picture you on anywhere else either.
I can't even think of it. I've tried because I've been asked this before, but I can't even picture it.
Right.
I'm all Jersey.
It's hard to picture anyone. Margaret, I could maybe see you a little bit on New York. I could see that.
I could see me on New York.
If you had Lifes of Brooklyn, maybe I'd be on.
No, I could see me on New York. I could see me reprimanding Ramona. I could see me doing a few things.
Was it you and Ramona or somebody in Ramona at BravoCon gotten like a thing? Oh, Dolores.
She was on the stage with her, but I had a fight with her in the dress when we were getting our hair done.
Right.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah.
Is she everyone has a story with Ramona.
It's a rite of passage to have a fight.
Right.
Yes.
Did you guys make up? Dolores, you were on stage at BravoCon trying to make up with Ramona. Did you guys ever talk after that?
No, Dan, I wasn't trying to make up. I was just being like civil. I wasn't trying to make up, showing her like, these fans don't shove people away if they want to take a picture, because she did that to Frank Catania at Watch What Happens Live.
Frank Catania.
Don't hurt my friend. Don't hurt
me.
So she embarrassed him. Like he went to take a picture with her and she was like, I don't know. And I was furious. I was absolutely furious. And then when I saw her, she was like, oh, okay. And then I did another appearance with her after that. And she was nice to people in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting her to be really awful at BravoCon, and I met her on the carpet and she ended up being so nice to me. And then that was like a mind fuck, because I was like expecting.
Before or after I got
I think it might have been after. Dolores, everyone wants to know about, first of all, people are obsessed with Frank Sr. and Frank Jr. Are they dating?
Yeah, my friend. So little Frankie has a very nice girlfriend.
Okay.
She's very cute and very nice. And Frankie, my son, is, I guess you could call him a workaholic. He's an investment banker. He's graduating this year, but if he's not in school, he's on Wall Street already. And he's constantly studying. And that takes a certain kind of young girl to tolerate that.
Yeah.
And this girl does not give him a hard time about that. I'm very grateful for her. But the payoff in the end is little Frankie. So she's smart.
Yes.
And Big Frank is, I don't know, stay tuned.
Yeah. Well, I love it. You guys, it was such a pleasure to chat with both of you. Thank you. I think this season's going to be fantastic. And hopefully as the season gets going, you'll come back and update me on everything going on. How long? One more question, actually. I just popped in my head as I'm telling you guys goodbye.
I'm sure it's gonna be a good one.
How long? Teresa's been on the show forever. Do you ever imagine a time where she sort of says, I'm done opening up my life for this show?
No, I can't imagine her saying that unless. Can you, Dolores?
No. Listen, we
I
don't know
can't
what we
imagine.
signed up for, and
Yeah.
It's become her identity.
It's almost it has, and now that she's approaching this new life, she's going to have to be forthright with it because people have followed her life along.
Yes, people expect it.
People expect it, and it's up to her whether or not she wants to do it, of course. But it's almost like it's a part of her now.
Yeah, you can't dial it back.
Part of her, you can't. You're either in or you're out.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I couldn't imagine Jersey without Teresa. It's like, so they're almost synonymous with each other at this point.
It's true. I see exactly what you're saying. It's true.
It may not be easy because it never is. This isn't an easy job, but she'll do what she has to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Margaret, congrats on the book. And thank you guys for opening up your lives. I'm sending love to you both.
Love to. Thanks for having us, Danny.
Thank you guys.